Welcome to the Drew Yari Show.
Hunter, look at you. You know you want it. It's killing you. Look at you.
Get in this ring!
I know you. I see it. It's killing you. It's tearing you apart. You want to hurt me so bad, you can't stand it. But you won't give it to me because you're not in control. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. Let me hear you say it. Everybody here wants to hear you say it. Give me what I want. You know what I want. You just don't want to give it to me because you're not in control. I'm in control. Now, Hunter, give me what I want.
I am going to give you the beating you deserve, Dave, and nothing more.
No, that's not what I want. I want you.
Damn thing, Dave. I am not giving you a damn thing except the beating you deserve. Now be a man.
Give me what I want. Give me what I want. Let me hear you say it. Everybody here wants to hear you say it. Give me what I want.
What you want?
Give it to me. Give me what I want.
You want me and
Give me what I want.
You're on.
And he got what he wanted. What the fuck was that promo about? Like, I don't know. I seriously hope that's not what Batista wanted. Or, I mean, obviously I know it's what he wanted. That's not what he wanted. What I meant to say was, I hope that's not a Batista promo. Like, that didn't come from Dave's mind. I just hope it was some idiot fucking writer that wrote that for him. It's like, how can you be a tough guy and then talk about you want Hunter to give it to you? Like, you want him to give it to you. Give him what you want. Give it to me! Give it to me! I want it! Give me what I need! That's the best promo of probably the whole year, and for all the wrong reasons, of course. And anyways, I'm probably gonna get sued for that. Anyways, welcome to another edition of the Drew Yari Show. Why am I talking like a speak and spell? I'm not. What episode is this? I think we're already like on like 80 something. Are we? Episode 73. Okay, episode 73. It's hard to keep up with the episodes. There's like I've been doing this for a year. It's already been a year, and I have a hard time keeping track of everything. So yeah. Anyways, welcome to another episode. How are you guys doing today? Today was kind of another slow day here in San Antonio. Spring break apparently started, and I didn't even know it. A friend of mine was asking me, hey, how's your spring break going? I just told her I didn't even know it started, because I remember looking at I remember just typing in Google when does spring break start in the U.S., and it said March 26th, which I thought was kind of odd. Usually spring break is like, or as long as I've been here, spring break is always like kind of like the middle of March. So I mean, I guess it started for other people, because I know some, like, I guess elementary schools it started earlier for them, and I guess for high schools they're about to start theirs, or they already started theirs, or college, same thing. But I don't know, spring break has always been kind of, I guess just an excuse to be off for a whole week and not do shit for me, because I don't exactly live a very, I guess, a lavish life, Even when I was a kid, I only looked forward to spring break because all I wanted to do was just sit home, sit on my ass and not do anything. Just eat junk food and play video games and watch, bad TV. Which is kind of transition to, my adulthood. I just sit on my ass and eat junk food and, watch TV and play video games. It's just, a lot of people, they'll be like, oh, I'm going to go to Port Aransas, I'm going to go to, and if you live in Texas, you, of course, know where that is. Port Aransas, Muskegon Island Beach, for the non-Texas people, they're listening to this like, what? Port Aransas? What? Where the fuck is that? But, yeah, Port Aransas, it's ideal. It seems ideal to go to the beach. It'd be fun to go to the beach just to lay down there, drink a beer, and just chill, but we don't have the funds to do that. So today, all me and the girlie did was just the girlfriend. We went out to eat. Went to Bush's Chicken, and then went to Walmart to get some cat food. And what else did we do? Went to Old Navy, and she bought me some shorts. They had a deal. You buy one pair, you get the other for 50% off. So that was pretty awesome because, Lord knows I needed some new shorts. And then I bought some novelty graphic tees, of course, because I'm a whore for those. I don't wear actual adult. I have like very very limited supply of like adult shirts, like actual button up polos or whatever. Which is probably what I should start wearing instead of acting like I'm still 12. But that's not gonna happen anytime soon. What else did I do? I guess we can kind of get into what happened on Raw. I didn't watch Raw. I didn't get a chance to watch Raw. I work Monday nights. I always work late, so I never get a chance to watch it. And, I just judge, from what I see on, social media that it wasn't really worth watching. I mean, I guess the highlight of the night was that Triple H and Batista promo. Batista comes out with security guards and talking shit to Hunter, and Triple H makes a remark saying, I will go down there and tear through the Guardians of the Indie scene, which I thought was kind of funny. And it looked like that made that looked like it made Batista laugh a little bit, like he was trying to keep it together. And the whole time he's just, telling, Triple H, give me what I want, give me what I need, give me what I want. You want it, I want it, but you won't give it to me because you're not in control. I'm like, This sounds like Batista is describing a sexual assault that took place years ago. So is that the reason why Batista never came back? Because Triple H assaulted him in some way? Now, I'm not making fun of sexual assault at all, but I mean, this promo was pretty serious. It was pretty intense. But yeah, it was a pretty weird promo. I don't know. I still think this feud is weird because I like Batista as a heel. He works better as a heel. But, Batista is beloved. He went to Marvel and became, huge. They made his career. Now he's off making movies elsewhere. And he's being big in other movies. And then you got Triple H, who's supposed to be the heel. And, it's odd because the whole McMahon family, they're all supposed to be heels. Shane's a heel now, which I'm getting used to. We'll talk about that in a bit. Stephanie's always been a heel. She's a heel, but then she becomes a face when it involves women and, charity. Which I'm not going to knock on her, I'm not going to knock on Charity at all. I'm a big fan of Charity. As long as it's, non-profit. And then you got Vince, who's, acting like a heel with Kofi, which we'll get into that. Triple H is kind of the odd man out because now he's a face and Batista's a heel, so I don't know. I don't know where, how this is going to play out. We literally have 3 weeks until Mania because what's today? Today's the 12th. 19 more days in March, and Mania's on the 7th of April, so we have 26 days. We have 3.5 weeks left until Mania. So, tonight's, yesterday's Raw and tonight's Smackdown was kind of like a way to wrap up, a way to start these feuds going into Mania. But, their match at Mania, Triple H, said it, Batista said, we're going to do this on my terms, and Triple H said, no, we're doing this on my terms, and at Mania it's going to be a no-holds-barred, which I'm all for, because, a straight-up wrestling match between those two would just be kind of bad to watch, because, they're both 50. Well, Triple H is going to be 50, Batista's already 50. So, the best way for this match to go, make it no disqualification, no holds barred. Would have been more interesting to see a steel cage or last man standing, but hey, I'm fine with what they're doing. What else happened on Raw? Well, I mean, I'm just talking about clips I saw. Again, I didn't want to actually watch the show. Whenever I get a chance to, I will. But I'm always working late, so there's really nothing I can do about it. Ronda Rousey came out talking shit. So that was something. Yeah, that was really all I got a chance to see was that Triple H and Batista promo. Again, guys, I work late on Mondays. Don't get a chance to watch the show. I have Hulu, and I could easily just watch it the day after, but I guess I'm too lazy to watch it, especially when I just hear that it's just bad. Bobby Lashley won back the Intercontinental Championship. That's what I saw, and I'm kind of baffled by that because, like, you spent the beginning of the year trying to get Finn over. And then you have him go out there and pretty much kill himself for Brock. You give him the Intercontinental title. And then you take it off of him to give it to this giant piece of nothing. I don't understand. So supposedly, someone had pointed out that, Finn has some big WrestleMania plans. I kind of thought something because, Kurt Angle came out and announced his, farewell tour. They wrestled in Pittsburgh, I believe, last night, which is his hometown. He beat Apollo Crews, and he says he's gonna have a farewell WrestleMania match, which I feel sad, and I know it's kind of expected because Kurt, he doesn't look like he walks right in the ring. He doesn't look like he can he can run the ropes right. So it's sad, but there's always that selfishness, for a fan, which is like, I wish you can do this forever, but we know he can't. So at Mania, who would he face? An ideal opponent, for Kurt would be against John Cena. Because when you look at it, John Cena's first match on the main roster was against Kurt Angle on an episode of Smackdown. If you remember, it was 2002. It was in Chicago. Kurt, was doing the whole this is the beginning of the whole ruthless aggression era bit, and Kurt said, I want to face anyone that I haven't faced before, and then John Cena comes out wearing the red tights, and Kurt's saying, what exactly do you possess? And then Cena says ruthless aggression, and then they have a pretty good brawl, and the crowd loves Cena, and he wants to keep fighting Kurt. So, that just seems like the more ideal, way for Kurt to go out is face the guy that you gave him his opportunity. And now your last match is going to be against that guy. It makes sense. The writing's on the wall. It'd be a good way to kind of use two part-time guys. Cena is a part-time guy. Kurt, he wrestles here and there. So, do it. Have them go out there and wrestle for like 10 minutes, 10, 12 minutes. Give Kurt the win. Let Kurt win. And, have the two hug in the middle of the ring, and there you go. What else happened? Yeah, that's really all I can really discuss that actually, is worth talking about. Smackdown. Watch Smackdown. On SmackDown. Oh yeah, Shane McMahon came out, opened the show, and tried to bully around the announcer for not saying his name right, for not giving him a better introduction. Like he brings him to the ring and says, say it with more feeling, and then he's getting mad at him and getting in his face and saying, say it like you mean it. Give me what I want. Give me what I need. Damn it. That's not what he said, but it would have been funny if he did say that. And, the announcer says it, and then he gets into his face again and says, say it with more conviction, damn it! Give me what I want! And then he does it again, then walks out of the ring. And then Shane McMahon just, gets in the ring and says, I'm tired of people taking advantage of me. They only come to me when they need something or want me to further their career and I'm only doing this for me. I'm tired of the Miz. I enjoyed kicking his ass. I enjoyed punching his dad in the face, which he didn't, or he just scrunched his face and pie-faced him. He has a potato face, and I demand the Miz meet me at WrestleMania so I can kick his ass again, and he walks away. Okay. So yeah, Miz and Shane, which we already knew was going to happen. Again, that's a match that probably should have a stipulation. It should be like make it an Extreme Rules match. I mean, we already have no holds barred, but I don't know. Make that a last man standing match. Make that an Extreme Rules match. Make that a street fight. Or a New York street fight. There you go. Since Mania is going to be in New York this year, make it a New York street fight. That could be an interesting match if it has a stipulation to it. If it's just a straight up wrestling match, I don't see it being any interesting than it could be. You know what I mean? I mean, they could make it more interesting by adding Maurice into it, and Shane tries to get in her face and talk shit or puts hands on her. Because supposedly the notion is that Fox wants WWE to be more edgy and to not give in to PC culture, and that's the only way that this whole deal is supposedly going to work out with Fox. Like they told Vince, be more edgy again, don't give in to PC culture, and bringing back Bruce Pritchard, who was big in the Attitude Era and coming up with these edgy products or edgy skits or characters or whatever. So I'm not saying Shane should just punch her in the fucking face or something. No, get in her face and put hands on her or try to intimidate her, and then that's when the Miz comes out, and the Miz is gonna be over as fuck because he's gonna be like, you want to put hands on my fucking wife? Oh fuck, you want to put hands? Well, not say fuck, but you want to put hands on my wife? You son of a bitch! At WrestleMania, I'm gonna kick your ass. Make this a last man standing match, or make this a street fight, or blah blah blah. That match could really benefit from making it a street fight. Because you have Shane, who thinks he's tough as nails. And then you have the Miz, who... We never seen Miz in a position where he can be a guy that goes out there and just, beats the shit out of people and goes crazy. Miz has always been more of a... And I'm not saying this to knock him. I'm just saying this because, it's actually kind of smart that he's this way. But he's always been a guy that's more of a a safe wrestler. He's never done anything to really put his body on line. And again, I know I sound like Daniel Bryan from 3 years ago, but if you remember Miz, I don't think you ever think the Miz has had an injury because he's always kind of played it safe. You never see him doing any crazy stunts. Which again, I'm not knocking him for, but it'd be interesting to see Miz in a different light. Just have him go out there and just beat the shit out of Shane and just go crazy. That's what I want to see. And I want to see some blood in that match. If there's not an ounce of blood, come on. There needs to be some blood in a feud like this. What else happened on SmackDown? I might be getting all the segments, in the wrong order. Randy Orton comes out and cuts a promo, is basically kind of doing the, I hate all indie guys, bit. And I said this on Twitter that that this feud kind of seems like two guys, making tweets about each other. Because you have Randy who's coming out and saying, in 2002, AJ was wrestling in, for $12 at a high school gymnasium. When I was here making my debut on Smackdown in 2004, I won my first step. I became the youngest world champion in history for the WWE, and AJ was wrestling at bingo halls, and he's just listing random accomplishments. The funny part was when he said, in 2005 you were in Florida getting a tan with Dixie Carter, and I was wrestling the Undertaker. And he was just naming random events. And AJ comes out and they just start, trading barbs at each other. And, Randy tells him, you indie guys, all you do is rip off of main roster guys. And he throws up the too sweet simple, which I'm like, yeah, he kind of has a point there. And then AJ says, if you go to the locker room, you'll be surrounded by my independent friends. And I forgot what else he said. He said, he makes fun of his pose and then says, you have a freaking, what was he gonna, I forgot what he said. ripoff of a ripoff Diamond Cutter or something like that. So, and then, AJ points to the WrestleMania sign and says, you want me at WrestleMania? Let's fight at WrestleMania. Or so, he said something, fuck. I just watched the show. Oh yeah, Randy pretty much said, this isn't your house, this is my house. As a matter of fact, I'm a landlord. And rent's due, you son of a bitch. And AJ says, oh, you want your rent? Well, then meet me at WrestleMania. I just thought of that Spider-Man skit of, you'll get your rent when you fix this damn door. If someone's listening, please make a meme out of that, please. Or, as a matter of fact, I can just do it. But if somebody else does it, please do it. I beg you. So, it's going to be Randy and AJ at Mania, which I suspected from, I guess the beginning of last month. So, and that should be a fun match. A lot of people can say what they want about Randy. I'm kind of partial to Randy. Like, it seems like he just has that notion of, I'm just here to get paid. I don't really want to be here. But Randy's capable of having a good match. He's capable of going out there and having a show-stealing match. I'll just put it out there. I think this match with AJ, I think he could really go out there, and these two can go out there and really steal the show. It's when Randy wants to go, he goes. If you give him the right opponent, he'll go. And AJ's the right opponent. So this should be fun to watch. This should be a good match to watch. The feud seems interesting. It's funny. It makes me laugh because it just seems like something, it just seems like these two are talking shit on Twitter. But, and I like it. I like it. I think it's fun. What else happened after that? Asuka versus Sonya Deville, which was like 3 minutes. Asuka making Sonya Deville tap. And then after the match, it teases friction between Sonya Deville and Mandy, which I think you should just keep these two together because without... I'll give Mandy credit was credit is due. She's very good. She's a lot better than people give her credit for. She's not lighting the world on fire, but she's good. She needs to work on her promos. They need someone else to write for her, like, I don't know, a woman. But she's light years ahead of ever being something. She has maybe give her another year and we'll see where she is. And I like her, by the way, not just because how she looks, but she's genuinely pretty decent in the ring. Sonya Deville, on the other hand, is just not very good. Kevin Castle pointed this out. It's weird that she's supposed to be the tough one of the two, but she just always gets her ass beat. Like, I don't get it. Like, Mandy's supposed to be the the personality and the worker of the group, and Sonya's supposed to be the tough one and going out there and beating ass, and she's a former MMA, but yet she's always getting her ass beat. Like, I don't see how that works. Like, to me, that just makes no sense. What else happened? Something else happened. I'm trying to remember what happened. Tag team match with the four guys from the U.S. title match. Samoa Joe and Andrade versus Ray and R-Truth. It was a good match. These four guys, I like seeing them work. They all seem to have good chemistry. R-Truth, it seems like he has I wouldn't say a fire lit under him because he's been doing this for a long time, but it just seems like he's having fun with this feud because, R-Truth is entertaining to listen to, but we all forget that R-Truth can actually wrestle. He can actually go out there and have a good match. He's not a flippy-dippy dude. He's not the Young Bucks or Kenny Omega, but he can go out there and work. For a guy his age, he's 48, I believe. He can still work. He can work maybe better than most of the guys in the back, that's for sure. But he can go out there and work. But yeah, Rey Mysterio got the win for his team by pinning Samoa Joe. So I'm not sure what that's going to lead to. I'm not sure where any of this is going to lead to because, I'd rather see, I kind of suggest this. I'd rather see Rey and Andrade continue their feud at Mania and have like a 2 out of 3 falls match. Or maybe a 30-minute Iron Man match. match. I don't know. But I'd rather see this feud culminate at Mania. It kind of deserves it. As for Samoa Joe, I throw out him versus John Cena. Or him versus R-Truth at Mania. Give R-Truth a Mania match. Why not? Why the fuck not? So, yeah, give R-Truth his Mania match. Another tag team match. Kevin Owens and Mustafa Ali versus Eric Rowan and Daniel Bryan. Eric Rowan getting the win with I forgot what his move is called. Like some weird choke slam, but he's not really choking the person by the neck. He's just grabbing him by the face and then slamming him to the ground. This match was what it was. I don't see why they're giving Eric Rowan this type of spot. Because I don't think Daniel Bryan even needed a heater, to be honest. I thought he was doing just fine on his own. But for whatever reason, they like Eric Rowan. They love them some big lumbering white guys that can't really walk on their own 2 feet without falling on their face. Case in point, Baron Corbin. But this match was what it was. I don't really think it really needed to happen on the show. But, that's just me. And then to end the show, the New Day come out and confront Vince McMahon. The New Day are telling Vince, Kofi deserves an opportunity and blah, blah, blah. And I wish I could get, Kevin Castle's reaction on Vince's reaction, where Vince said, I don't really think you guys deserve anything. If you really deserved a title shot, it would have happened already since, the 11 years you've been here. You're going to be in the Hall of Fame, but not by yourself. You're going to be in the Hall of Fame, a part of New Day. And then Kofi cuts a pretty good promo, saying, I bust my ass. I never complain. I'm not asking for a handout. I'm not demanding anything. I'm here 24/7. I miss birthdays, weddings. I couldn't even take my kid trick-or-treating. My kid lost his first tooth. I couldn't even see the look on his face when he saw that the tooth fairy left him, money under his pillow. I just want you to tell me, what do I have to do to get my moment, to get my title shot that I think I've deserved. Blah blah blah. And then Vince, proceeds to bring out Randy Orton, Samoa Joe. What was that? It? Oh yeah, the bar. It says, next week you're going to be in a gauntlet against these 4 men. If you win, you will face Daniel Bryan at Mania. Oh yeah, Eric Rowan. There you go. So 5 guys. If you beat all 5 of these men next week, you will head to WrestleMania, face Daniel Bryan. And that was kind of a weird way to end it, because, like I said, Kofi had a pretty good promo. And it would have been better if all 5 of those guys came out and just beat the shit out of Kofi without having to announce themselves. And then Vince can be like, or they leave the ring and Vince can be like, oh yeah, Kofi, since, if you want that match so bad, here's what you can do. Next week, all you have to do is defeat all 5 of these men in a gauntlet match. If you win, you will face Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. That would have been better. It was just kind of awkward that they just all came out exactly at the same time. But yeah, so yeah, next week, pretty must-see episode of SmackDown. You kind of already know what's going to happen. Kofi's obviously going to win and face Daniel. If that's the case, where does that leave, Kevin Owens? Where does that leave, who else? Where does that leave Kevin Owens? Where does that leave Mustafa Ali? Could you put Mustafa Ali back in, with Samoa Joe and kind of continue that feud? Because it makes sense, because if you remember, they were having a feud, and it was, it was kind of a personal feud. There's no way. I don't see any reason why you couldn't continue that. If so, where does that leave Kevin Owens? So I don't know. Do you have him face Rowan at Mania? Are you really going to bring Kevin Owens back at WrestleMania and have him face Eric Rowan? That's kind of similar to when Stone Cold, had a feud with Scott Hall at Mania. It just doesn't make sense. It's a waste of talent. Or, I don't know, put Kevin Owens in something. Or if not, just leave him out. But, anyhow. So yeah, that was SmackDown. I guess we can, let's jump into a review of Fastlane. I didn't get a chance to talk about it. I usually don't do post shows after each pay-per-view. Might do one for Mania. If Mania doesn't end at like 1 a.m., then I'll do a review. If it kind of does what a lot of these pay-per-views are doing lately and ending before 10 p.m., then I'll probably do a post show review. I mean, I don't care if it starts at fucking 5 p.m. If it ends early, I'm down. All right, so Fastlane was this past Sunday, March 10th. It was in Cleveland, at the Quicken Loans Arena, and I didn't watch the pre-show. I fell asleep during the pre-show and woke up like 30 minutes or 23 minutes in for the actual main show match. So yeah, the pre-show had the New Day defeating Rusev and Nakamura. I heard that was a pretty bad match, so I'm not even really going to delve into it that much. The first match on the main card, the Usos defeated Miz and Shane McMahon to retain the SmackDown Tag Championships. I woke up like maybe 22 minutes in, and from what I heard, it was actually a pretty good match. They're in Cleveland. Miz is a Cleveland boy, and the whole place gave him a monster pop. I did see that one instance where Shane was going for a coast to coast, and one of the Usos were going for a dive off the top rope, and Miz ends up, I guess, clipping him right in the head. So Miz goes for a frog splash, which is interesting because I've never seen the Miz do anything off the top rope, like anything at all. He goes for a frog splash. One of the Usos put their knees up and rolls Miz up for a 1-2-3, retains the title. After the match, you see the Miz and Shane. They look defeated and pissed off, and as Miz is walking away, Shane ends up beating the shit out of the Miz. Gets right in his dad's face and kind of like scrunches his face and pie faces him and walks away. Leaves Miz not a bloody mess, but just leaves him a mess. I'm kind of happy this happened. I like the Miz. I like him. I like him better as a face right now because the Miz was a face a while back, but that didn't work because I was kind of more of a forced face turn. Now, the Miz as a face, it seems more organic because the people generally like the Miz. The Miz seems like a nice guy. He seems like a good dude. His reality show with his wife, it helps. It makes him seem more like a human. Unlike, Total Bellas, Total Divas, where, everybody on the show sucks. Except Daniel Bryan. But the Miz seems like a nice guy. Maris seems like a nice girl. So, keep him as a face. You have the new season coming out. The Miz is about to be a dad again. He's on a better momentum as a face right now. And Shane as a heel, I'm not sure how that's going to work. Not that Shane hasn't been a heel before. He was a heel when he first came in, when he first joined the corporation, with Vince. And then later on, he became a heel again when he was in the Alliance. And he owned WCW, and then, Stephanie owned ECW, and then became a heel yet again in 2006 when him and Vince had feuded with DX. So yeah, there's that. So, I don't know. I'm not buying it just yet. I need to see it more. But I'm happy with the results. I'm happy seeing a face Miz. Face Miz. Next match, Asuka defeated Mandy Rose to retain the SmackDown title. This wasn't a very good match, other than a couple knee kicks. I gave it to Mandy Rose. She really, really went out of her way to take a fucking a kick right to the face. They showed that replay in slow-mo where it literally looks like Asuka kicked her fucking face off, which, hey, good for Mandy, who, wanted to show people she's not just a pretty face. She actually wants to go out there and wrestle and take hits and, be one of the boys, be one of the gals. But, the match ends with Sonya Deville trying to look under the ring for, I guess, weapons to help Mandy with. she gets on the other side of the ring and finds a kendo stick, which there's no way you can hit Asuka in the back with a kendo stick, even if the referee had his back turned, because kendo sticks tend to make a very loud noise. So there's no way they could have pulled that off, even if they tried. But yeah, she pulls up the, I guess part of the bottom ring thingy. I guess I'm just gonna call them sheets. And then she, I guess, leaves it out in the open on the ring, and Mandy slips on it. Asuka kicks her in the face, 1, 2, 3, and then they tease dissension between Fire and Desire, as Sonya is continuing to apologize to Mandy. Mandy doesn't want to hear it, and there's that. After that, earlier in the night, Vince McMahon had requested that Kofi Kingston meet him outside of his office. He'd been waiting there for an hour. He goes in, and Vince says, I've been waiting for you. It's like, okay, if that's the case, why didn't Kofi just knock on the door? So they beg him for a match, which Vince actually pointed this out today. They said, you need to make that title match a triple threat match, the WWE title. And it says, okay, WWE title match. Kofi, you better go out there because your match is next. So he points out that, people were listening to me because I said, yeah, I would make it a triple threat match, but I didn't say I was going to add Kofi to it. And the New Day were banned from ringside, which, okay. Kofi goes out and he finds out he's actually in a handicap match against the Bar. And the Bar beat the shit out of him, and they win. And then that's when the New Day comes out and tries to make the save. Nakamura and Rusev come out and attack the New Day and leave the New Day out in the middle of the ring, leaving them for dead. The crowd seemed like they were genuinely pissed off during this match, and I can see why. It makes sense. I think the crowd's smart enough to realize this is a storyline, because we all know Kofi's going to go to Mania. I mean, there's really no doubt about it. They're basically treating this like Daniel Bryan. It's funny. It's another Daniel Bryan-like feud, and it's against Daniel Bryan. like how weird is that? But yeah, this is not a very good match. Handicap matches aren't very good. Gauntlet matches are better. They're a little bit more exciting. They're more fast-paced. Handicap matches just suck. But yeah, I guess they wanted to use this further storyline. I understand why, but it still sucked. Next match, the Revival defeat Aleister Black, Ricochet, and Gable and Rude to retain the Raw Tag Team titles. This is a pretty good match. It was weird because the Revival come out and they're the tag champs, and they got no reaction. Rude and Gable got more of a reaction than them. Of course, Black and Ricochet got a big reaction, but the Revival got no reaction, and that's just sad. And I actually like the Revival. I'm a fan of that old school kind of Southern mat wrestling. That mat wrestling thing that they like to do. I'm calling it a thing. I don't know what. I don't know. The new audience doesn't react well to them. I can maybe understand why, but I don't know. I like them. Pretty good match. The Revival win by pinning Chad Gable, which I kind of saw coming. They're not just going to give Black and Ricochet the titles at this nothing pay-per-view. They're gonna wait till Mania. And I kind of agree with everybody. I don't understand the whole point of Black and Ricochet being together. I don't. Because when you look at them, they're extremely fucking different. Because, you got one guy, Aleister Black, who's, this devil worshiper, this evil guy, I know Muay Thai and I'm begging Selena Vega, blah, blah, blah. And you got Ricochet, who's this high flyer, smiley, gee golly gosh, guys. I don't get it. They're not a bad tag team together, but I don't understand them as a tag team. I just don't. But I have a feeling that they're going to get the titles at Mania. That's if they're putting another tag team title match. This is a pretty good match. What else is next? Next match, Samoa Joe defeated Andrade. R-Truth and Rey Mysterio, another really good match. A lot of multi-man matches, which is weird because you have a lot of tag matches and then you have a lot of multi-man matches. Yeah, this is a pretty good match. Samoa Joe getting the win by pinning Rey, pin the smallest guy in the ring, and then Rey got his revenge on SmackDown by pinning Joe. Another good match. All four of these guys seem to gel well together. Of course, you got Andrade and Rey, who have been gelling well since the beginning of the year. But then you got Samoa Joe and R-Truth added to it, and R-Truth just seems like he's just having fun. Like he's going out there and he's kind of revitalized. Like he has a new fire. They're actually treating him like a wrestler instead of just a character. Like he's going out there and having being able to pull off these high spots and have good matches, and go out there and fight with Joe and Rey and Andrade. And of course, they got to add Zelina and Carmella, which, Zelina's like really fucking small, and Carmella's really tall. Is a lot taller than her. Why is Carmella just bad at everything? Why is she so? She can't even do a simple takedown like this. Like, because it happened last week where she goes for a super kick and she's just bad at with super kicks. She goes for a takedown on Zelina, and I don't know if it's because it's a combination. I don't know if it's because Zelina is just smaller than her, but Mella just couldn't do a proper takedown. But yeah, this match was pretty good. It's probably the best match of the night, in my opinion. Next match, the Boston Hug Connection defeat Nia Jax and Tamina. Very bad match. Very bad, very, very bad match. Like, it was slop-tastic. How are we supposed to believe that that this little tiny, petite, Sasha Banks can take down Nia Jax and Tamina? And that happened during the match. Like, how is that supposed to be believable? At the end of the match, Nia Jax and Tamina just beat the shit out of Bayley and Sasha. Beth Phoenix gets involved, and she fights off Tamina, and then Nia beats her up. Natalya comes out and makes a save because Natalya is best friends with Beth Phoenix. She is beat up too, so supposedly Beth Phoenix is being brought back as a wrestler again. And she's going to be paired with Natalya for the women's tag team division. And they also want to bring back more, divas from yesteryear. They want to bring back, I was going to say Layla. I wouldn't mind Layla, actually. Bring back Layla and Michelle McCool. That'd be pretty cool. No pun intended. Supposedly they want to bring back Trish and Lita. And have them face Bayley and Sasha at Mania. Like, that'd be pretty interesting to watch. I wouldn't mind that at all. Daniel Bryan defeats Kevin Owens and Mustafa Ali to retain his WWE title. Another really good match. Yeah, another multi-man match. These multi-man matches, they can either be really sloppy, or they can be really good, provided who you have in the ring. And this match had 3 good guys in the ring. And at first I was kind of pissed off because the crowd wanted Kofi, and they started booing Mustafa Ali, which I thought was unfair because how is it Mustafa's fault? And, eventually Mustafa kind of just won the crowd over. He just pretty much just said, fuck it, I'm going to do this. I'm going to win these people over, and he did. And it was a really good match. A lot of fast-paced action. It ends with Eric Rowan throwing Kevin Owens over the guardrail. Mustafa Ali goes for, I guess, his finishing move, but he didn't realize that Daniel was still up. Daniel goes for a running knee while Mustafa is in mid-air, which I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, he almost killed him. Daniel pins him, 1, 2, 3, and again, another really good match. I don't know, I'm trying to think about it. This match and the U.S. title match, I'm kind of like neck and neck as the match of the night. It might even just be a tie. Next match, Bayley defeats Charlotte, or not Bayley. Becky Lynch defeats Charlotte Flair by disqualification. She won, so now she's going to Mania and being added to the women's match with Charlotte and Ronda Rousey. This was kind of a stupid match. basically it ends with Charlotte putting Becky in the figure 4. Ronda comes out and hits Becky in the face. So Becky won by disqualification. What bothered me in this match was that Ronda comes out, she cost Charlotte the match. Charlotte is incensed, but instead of actually punching her in the fucking face or doing something, she just allows Ronda to just like smile and walk away. Same thing with Becky. Becky is in the ring, laughing and talking shit, and then Charlotte just goes, whatever, and then just walks away, which I'm just like, dude, you beat the fuck out of Ronda back in November. You can beat the fuck out of Becky, and she's literally, she's still limping and laying in the corner against the ropes. Why are you not doing anything? Oh, that just pissed me off. The ending was just lazy. I think the fucking writers just gave up. I think they just want to do all this build up, and then when this match happened, they're like, well, we already know she's going to be in the match, so we don't care. Like, if they really, I had no problem with Ronda interfering. I honestly thought she was going to beat the fuck out of both of them. Like, she was going to hit Ronda first, or she was going to hit Becky first, and then hit Charlotte, and she was just going to beat the fuck out of both of them. Almost just to go, you know what, I don't give a fuck who I face at Mania. I'm the champion. These bitches got nothing on me. And then, Stephanie would be like, you ruined our match. Therefore, Mania's going to be a triple threat match, which we already knew that was going to happen, by the way. It was just lazy. It kind of reminded me of when my cats fight, and then my cat Evie, who's the grandma to, pretty much all of our cats, or by pretty much, I mean all, much all of our cats. Anytime, two cats fight, she likes to get involved and, beat the shit out of them both. That's literally what it reminded me of. My cat Evie just going in there and just fucking both these bitches up. So, that seems more interesting than this feud so far. This has been a very poorly booked feud. It's a combination of it's a good booked feud and a poorly booked feud. You got Ronda, who, goes on YouTube and goes into business, for herself, pretty much saying, fuck the WWE Universe, fuck everybody else, and, I'm going to do my own thing. And, then you have Charlotte, who can take the heat. Becky is just, I'm just kind of starting to wear off on Becky because she's kind of confusing sometimes. I think the whole talking the third person thing is kind of stupid. And then it's weird that she's out there calling herself the man, but yet she's saying it in a very calm and monotone voice. I am the man. I like to beat the shit out of Ronda Rousey. Instead of going out there saying, I am the man! Why am I doing a Triple H impression? Give me what I want, damn it! That's never gonna not be funny. Yeah, I think she needs more conviction in her voice when she tries to go out there and cut these man promos. I don't know. She seems too happy now. I don't like a happy Becky Lynch. I want to see Becky Lynch more pissed off at everybody. But yeah, this match was bad. I don't even think it needed to happen. The main event, The Shield versus Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre. Surprisingly, a good match. And not just, credit where credit is due. Baron Corbin went out there and took an ass whooping. Baron Corbin, like Joey Numbers said, he's convinced people that he's a pussy. He's a 6'5" guy that would kick my ass, he would kick your ass, he would kick everybody else's ass in the face if you call him a pussy. But he's convinced on television that he is a 6'4" giant pussy. And he's out there getting his ass beat by the fucking Shield. Which we knew was going to happen. Yeah, the crowd really liked this match. The crowd was into it, and it got me into it. And, the crowd loves Roman. Roman is over. He is over as fuck. There's no way you can boo Roman. And of course, we all love Seth. Seth is the most. I think Roman's starting to take a spot as the most over babyface now. Dean. The crowd still loves Dean. The crowd's always going to love Dean. Pretty good match. Some good spots. It ends with the Shield putting both. I think McIntyre and Lashley through tables, and then they beat the shit out of Corbin, and then triple powerbomb them 1, 2, 3. And then it ends with them, crying in the ring. And Seth said a swear word. He said, and this got bleeped out, let's do this one more motherfucking time. Which, ooh, they're being edgy. I like it. So it ends with them, doing the Shield logo, or the fisting in the middle of the ring. And that's that. Fastlane, like I said on Wrestling Soup, I didn't think it was terrible. I didn't think it was great. I just thought it was just there. Like, it was kind of in the middle. This pay-per-view didn't really need to happen. Anthony Missionary Thomas, he says, between, Rumble and Mania, there shouldn't be any pay-per-view events, which I agree with. I don't have a problem with Elimination Chamber. That doesn't really bother me all that much. But, I kind of agree. Like, they really should get rid of the pay-per-views between, Rumble and Mania, and build up feuds. Like, have tournaments, because I fucking love tournaments. I miss tournaments. Have tournaments, kind of organically build up these feuds. Make them mean something, and get rid of these fucking this Fastlane. Fastlane has never been a good pay-per-view. Like, can someone really tell me when the last time they watched Fastlane they thought it was a good pay-per-view? It's really never been a good pay-per-view at all. It's just been a very generic kind of shitty pay-per-view. But I guess they need that trademark, the Fastlane to WrestleMania. It's like, okay. So yeah, anyways, that was Fastlane. What are your guys' thoughts? So yeah, that's pretty much all there is on the wrestling front. What else? What can we talk about that's movie related? This just came out today. Disney says its Fox takeover will take effect on March 20th. Come on. Clicked on the wrong link. Alright, CNN.com. Let's look at this deal. Alright, on CNN.com, Disney says its Fox takeover will take effect on March 20th. Disney's $71 billion deal to buy most of 20th Century Fox will take effect on Wednesday, March 20th, the company said Tuesday morning. It will be an, I don't know how to say this word right, epochal event in the entertainment business, the merging of two movie studios and the end of Fox as we knew it. Staffers at 20th Century Fox are bracing for layoffs and other big changes. Disney is picking up the studio, a controlling stake in Hulu, a suite of entertainment channels like FX and National Geographic and other assets. The remaining parts of 20th Century Fox will be spun off into a new company simply known as Fox. It will include the Fox Broadcast Network, Fox News, and Fox Sports. The deal was proposed, and alright, we already know that. On the day the deal was announced, the White House said the merger would be good for workers. I know the president spoke to Murdoch earlier today and congratulated him on the deal and thinks, to use one of the president's favorite words, this could be a great thing for jobs, and he certainly looked forward to seeing a lot more of those created. And analysts
if you're
expect
like me, Disney is the author of your childhood, and much of your adulthood, too.
I don't want to hear that. Analysts expect that Disney will lay off at least 5,000 people, some on the Fox side, others from the Disney side, as a result of consolidation. The company has not commented on the specific plans, but investors have been told to expect at least $2 billion in cost synergies by 2021 from operating efficiencies realized through the combination of businesses. So what's today? Next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, it will be official. And as for the nerds out there, that means the X-Men and Fantastic Four are coming home to Marvel. It sucks that they have to lay off that many people. I get why they have to do it because I was talking about this with my girl, where they're laying, like they said, they lay off like 2,000, 4,000 people, and she kind of gets why, because you don't want to have that many people with the same jobs. You want to have at least one HR person, one person in analytics, one person in blah blah blah. You don't want to have more than one or two people in a job that requires just one or two people. You have to lay off this many people, and unfortunately, that's the analytics. That's what you got to do. I see a lot of people going, "Oh, they're laying off this many people, but hey, we could just see Cap and Wolverine." It's like, dude, I'm not saying I'm happy that they're laying off this many people. On one side, I'm happy that we get to see, the X-Men back in the MCU. The Fantastic Four brought back in the MCU. I'm happy about that. I'm not happy about people losing their jobs. I mean, what exactly do you want me to do? Like, boycott Disney? Do you want me to, hold picket signs and go outside of Disney saying, 1, 2, 3, 4, Disney will not lay off anyone anymore? Like, what do you want me to do? That's why a lot of this fake outrage from people, that do the whole, oh yeah, well, while you're sitting there enjoying Disney, or you're sitting there enjoying life, there's about 1,000 people in Africa that are starving. It's like, yeah, that sucks. I know I can do something about it, but what exactly do you want me to do about it? Give up my life and go live with, the poor starving people in Africa? Like, you can't expect everybody to feel the same way you do. You can expect people to feel bad about it, but do you really expect people to really stop everything they're doing, go out of their way, and try and make it better? You can't always make everything better. Sometimes shit happens. They have to do it because, again, they don't want to keep. You really expect a giant company to keep 4,000 people with the same job as someone else? But I don't know. Yeah. On a light note, this happens before Avengers Endgame, which is April 26th. Supposedly, I'd read that they had filmed there's going to be like 2 post-credit scenes from what I heard, and one of them is supposedly going to have to do with the X-Men. And, they're waiting for the deal to finalize so they can finally come out and say it. So that'll be fun. A new Marvel Studios animated anthology What If series, stories that explore how the MCU would have unfolded if certain moments did or did not happen, is reportedly being developed for the Disney streaming service. Ooh. I'm reading this on WeGotThisCovered.com. Marvel Studios producing What If animated series for Disney Plus. Come on. The TV show will reportedly be overseen by Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios and may bring in some of the come the fuck on. May bring in some of the MCU's biggest stars or reprise their roles for some voice acting. While most of the what if scenarios explored by the series have yet to be revealed, Slash Film relays word that one episode will be an adaptation of the Volume 1, number 47 of the comics, which answers the question: what if Loki had found the hammer of Thor? Ooh. And that'd be interesting to watch. I'm a fan of the What If series. I liked What If was Deadpool killed the Marvel Universe. I hope they do that. I hope you do an animated Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. Bring in Ryan Reynolds, please. I'm begging them to do that. Here's something I was gonna talk about on Saturday, but I didn't get a chance to. Last week, Stephen Amell of Arrow, who plays Oliver Queen the Green Arrow, announced on Twitter that Season 8 of Green Arrow will be the last one. Let me turn off this video real quick. Okay. So let's see. CW now cancel air. An exact reason for the cancellation has not been provided, but executive producers Greg Berlanti, Mark Guggenheim, and Beth Schwartz have released the following statement. This is a very difficult decision to come to, but like every hard decision we've made for the past 7 years, it was the best interest in Arrow in mind. We're heartened by the fact that Arrow has birthed an entire universe of shows that will continue on for many years to come. We're excited about crafting a conclusion that honors the show, its characters, and its legacy, and are grateful to all the writers, producers, and actors, and more importantly, the incredible crew that has sustained us and the show for over 7 years. And Stephen Amell made a tweet about it, basically saying that, the last season, the season in coming fall will be the last one, and it'll only be 10 episodes. Which I kind of saw coming. If anyone watched the Elseworlds, crossover with Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, and then they had Superman and Batwoman. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I don't know why I just lost my train of thought. There's a scene with Oliver Queen, and the Monitor, who the Monitor was kind of in charge of this, the whole Elseworlds thing. He was kind of like, I guess not a bad guy. He was just kind of in between, like he had his own agenda. But he's talking to Oliver, and Oliver, is trying to save Flash and Supergirl from disintegrating, because they had to run really fast to kind of turn the world around. Literally turn the world around and turn back time. If I could turn back time. No Sheriff fans, no. So, anyways, because apparently Superman, I think, read in the book that, or he had a vision. I think he had a vision, or he read in a book that if they did that, they were going to disintegrate. They were going to run so fast that they were going to disintegrate. So Oliver's looking for a way to save them. And then Monitor says, well, what exactly would you propose? So we're going to find out in the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover that's going to happen this year what Oliver did, like what kind of deal he did. He's going to sacrifice himself, or he's obviously going to sacrifice himself. So, and that's going to be the last time we see Oliver. I have a feeling that the 10 episodes are just going to be the 10 episodes leading up to Crisis on Infinite Earths. Or maybe there's going to be like maybe an episode or two after that. I don't know what's going to happen, but if I had to guess, I would say the 10 episodes are going to be the last ones leading up to Crisis on Infinite Earths. But Arrow will be done after season 8. And which sucks, because I like Arrow. Arrow's been out since 2012. It was a show I didn't think I was going to like, because they took Green Arrow as a character from Smallville, and he was played by Justin Hartley, who's on This Is Us. And then at first when I watched it, I'm like, wait, is this supposed to be the Green Arrow from Smallville? Ends up just being, a spin-off with a new actor. First time I saw him, I was just like, wait, is that Dean Winchester? Like, no, that's not Dean. That's just someone who looks like Dean. And I ended up liking it. I ended up becoming a big fan. It's weird because they make it they make it pretty much like Batman, but it's not Batman. Since they can't use Batman. They can only mention Batman, but they can't actually use him because he's on Gotham and he's in the movies. And they give him a lot of Batman-like characters, or not like, but Batman characters. They gave him Ra's al Ghul for a season. They gave him, his daughters. They gave him a bunch of other Batman type shit, which works. I don't have a problem with it. It worked. As long as it worked, I was fine with it. And now you have Batwoman coming in. So this is kind of the perfect way for Oliver to get out, because now you have, a lot of newer characters. Flash. They got a new showrunner, which hopefully that helps, because the show has not been very good for a while. Supergirl, I'm way behind on that. I'm way, way behind. I know they just brought in Lex Luthor, who's played by John Cryer, 2.5 Men, which he looks fucking menacing, by the way. in that role. So I'm on board with that. Supposedly they're gonna make a Superman show with Tyler Coachlin's portrayal, which I'd be all for. They're having the Batwoman show with Ruby Rose, which doesn't start till I think this fall. I think they just started filming, if I'm not mistaken. Which, that's something to look forward to, because again, a lot of the Batman characters were given an Arrow. Now you actually got Batwoman, and you can give her, kind of the keys to the castle, like they're doing for Supergirl. They're giving her a lot of Superman-type storylines. With Batwoman, you can give her, Batman storylines. You can give her Two-Face. You can give her someone like, you can't give her the Joker, because I would say they're going to give her, I guess, maybe kind of the smaller villains. I mean, yeah, you can give her the smaller villains. You can give her Harley Quinn. That'd be interesting. You can give her, Bane. You can give her Scarecrow. That would be pretty fucking interesting, because they can't use Batman at all. I mean, I'm pretty sure down the line they're gonna have Batman make an appearance. They already had Superman do it. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have Batman come in, because supposedly the storyline is set, where Batman is gone, where he's, I guess, well, he's not dead, but he's probably just gone. So I'm looking forward to that. And then you got Black Lightning, which I feel bad because I pretty much just suck off the show on a daily, and I haven't even watched the new season. I watched like the first episode and that's it. I haven't watched the new season yet, and I have to. I need to keep up. I hear it's really good. I'm not sure where that's going. I'm not even sure if that's going to be a part of Crisis, which it should, because it's called Infinite Earths, and supposedly Black Lightning's on its own Earth. So I'll look forward to seeing that if that happens. As far as like other CW shows, I don't know what's going to happen. I haven't heard about them adding more CW shows. I mean, for the longest time, they've been kind of hinting at bringing in a Green Arrow show, Green Lantern, which that would be pretty dope. I'm interested to see what they can do with that. A show that's, where they're in space, because they haven't done anything like that before. And the CGI for CW, it's not very good. I mean, you look at Flash. Their CGI for a lot of the characters are not very good. So I'm interested to see if they can pull off the space aspect for a Green Lantern show. I don't know who else they can really add. Speaking of DC shows, I got the DC app, the DC Universe app. I've yet to watch Doom Patrol, and I heard so many good things about that show. It's supposed to be basically like the DC's version of X-Men. It looks interesting. I mean, I love Diane Guerrero. I will watch her in anything. I'll just watch her eat a sandwich. That's how fucking hot I think she is. But I heard the show's really good. I hear it's a very good show. I've yet to watch it. They have the new Young Justice on there, which I'll be honest, I'm pretty sure everyone's going to hate me for this. I didn't watch Young Justice when it was on before. I didn't. I hear everyone say it's one of the best DC animated shows of all time. Again, didn't get a chance, never watched it. I'll probably start watching it now. Yeah, the DC Universe app. I just got it. I'm already paying the $7.99 for it, and I barely watched it. But I'll definitely start getting a Doom Patrol now. I might even do some show reviews or some episode reviews, kind of like with Mish, what he did with WoW. I'll probably start doing some Doom Patrol universe reviews. All right. What else can we talk about? What else can we talk about? Alright, this came out earlier that Eminem had supposedly signed a deal with WWE to I guess make music for their video games and then appear on Smackdown, and for whatever reason the fucking link isn't popping up. on. Let me try and look this up again. Alright. This is on Fightful. Eminem and WWE reach deal for appearance. The rap god will be in your ears this fall, especially if you're a WWE fan. The Fightful reported this afternoon that WWE and recording artist, actor, and overall megastar Eminem have reached a deal that will see the platinum-selling rapper contribute to the soundtrack of WWE 2K20 later this year. 2K Sports has seen the likes of Jay-Z have helped create their soundtracks on the basketball end of things, and WWE 2K17 featured a soundtrack created by P. Diddy. Beyond soundtrack work, we're told there's also an agreement for Eminem to appear on an episode of Smackdown later this year. The deal reached today was put together in part to promote the launch of WWE SmackDown Live on the Fox network. WWE is also planning on having a championship belt produced for Eminem. Eminem has been a part of major pop culture for over 2 decades, but this will mark his first appearance in WWE. However, several of his foes have appeared in the company, notably Insane Clown Posse, Machine Gun Kelly, and rock band Limp Bizkit. There was a rumor that Eminem had reached a WWE deal way back in 2008, but his publicist quickly denied it. Eminem's team has denied this story in a statement issued to Pro Wrestling Sheet, but Fightful sticks by her story and was told the deal closes this afternoon. So yeah, it's weird that they're reporting this and saying that his PR people came out and said that they denied this ever happened, and yet they're saying, well, we're sticking to our sources. So it's like when they said AJ had signed a new deal with WWE, and he put out tweets saying, yeah, that's news to me. And then they reply back to him and saying, well, we're sticking to our sources. It's like, the guy literally told you that he didn't do it, and you want to call him a liar? So, I don't know. I mean, it'd be interesting if they finally brought in good rapping, because I don't really care for rap. I'm not a big rap guy. I'm only a fan of like the old school rap, or rap that I grew up with. I don't like this new shit at all. But, it'd be interesting to see Eminem contribute to WWE in some way. And, get rid of Flow Rider, like, forever. Like, just drop him off the face of the earth. But, yeah, supposedly it's a lie. His camp came out and said it wasn't true. But, Fightful is sticking to their sources. Which, yeah, good for them. We can talk about this last bit of news. Comicbook.com, Sony planning several Spider-Man related shows for TV. Come on. I gotta wait for this fucking video to load so I can turn it off. Alright, with recent success... What the fuck? Okay. With recent successes of films like Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Sony is moving full steam ahead with all things Spider-Man on both television and theaters. With the consolidation of Disney and Fox, Sony is the lone live-action rights holder of a Marvel property outside of the House of Mouse, and the company fully intends to use that to their advantage. In a new profile from Variety, Sony executives have unveiled that they already have the next handful of years planned out for the Spider-Man and characters adjacent to the web-selling and wall crawler. Sony Pictures Entertainment chair Tony Vincent-Guerra admits that they could have plans in place for the next 8 years. We have the next 7 or 8 years laid out as to what we're going to do with that asset, and that will not be the only film side. It will be on the TV side. Our television group will have its own set of characters from within that universe that we will see develop. We're developing a lot of Marvel-related content, and I think we'll be out in the market very soon with something really, really big and transformational for us. because we've not only done any shows with Marvel before, with Marvel IP, there's such a big piece of development we're into. And we want to make several shows within that universe, blah, blah, blah. That's about it. They haven't really said what they're going to make. They just said they're going to make Spider-Man-based TV shows, which, hey, I'm all for that. That's really it. That's really it as far as the news side goes. I already covered wrestling, covered news. Yep, that's it. That's pretty much the end of the show tonight. Thank you all for listening. Thank you guys. Thanks to anyone who clicks on the likes when I post a show. Thanks to anyone who listens. Gotta plug my boys out there. Wrestling Soup. Every Thursday at 8:30 Central Time, 9:30 Eastern on Mixlr. And then if you have their Discord link, you can listen to the rest of that show. You can listen to the second half of that show. Make sure to go to their Patreon just for $5 so you can get more extra content like Global Balding with John Draper. And also for $5 you can listen to past and present wrestling episodes. You can listen to past Soup episodes, including the very first episode of Wrestling Soup. Don Tony Kevin Castle show, which is literally after Raw on Mixlr at 10:15 Eastern time, and then 11:15 or 10:15. God damn, I can't talk. 10:15 Central time, 11:15 Eastern. Make sure to go to their Patreon just for $5. You can get exclusive content like blah blah blah, Breakfast Soup with Don, Tony, and Mish from Soup, and also Kevin Castle's two other shows, which is Castle Chronicles, which is a solo show with Kevin, and Dark Chronicles with Kevin, and a friend of our shows, Trez, Lady Trez. Shout out to Trez. Hope she's feeling better out there. Texas Podcast Massacre. If you like horror movies, these guys will do the job for you. You can find them anywhere podcasts are distributed to, like Google Play, iTunes. They also have their own website. Follow them on Twitter. I will be doing another show with them on Thursday. I'm returning, my long-awaited return. We will be reviewing the movie Frailty, starring Bill Paxton and Matthew McConaughey. I actually suggested that to them. At first, I actually asked them, have you guys done a Frailty episode yet? And they said, no, we want to do that. I'm like, yeah, I'm in. Count me in. So, yeah, we're going to record this Thursday, so be on the lookout for the episode. Mitch, Nate, and Lisa, good dudes. They donated to something they donated to water.org, which, Mitch is very passionate about. If any donation you can make to this, this place, they give water to, towns, to, villages, countries that don't have any water. So any money that you donate can really help. Water.org. I'll make sure to post the link in the description box. I really want to donate. I don't just want to make a small donation. I want to, go for that 100. I know it sounds kind of... I don't want to sound greedy. I know it's a right cause. I really want to donate. I will donate as soon as I possibly can. Julian from the Wrestling Court. His show comes on before Wrestling Soup on Thursdays. Julian's a good dude. Architect Podcast. Derek and Irving. You can find them pretty much where podcasts are distributed. I believe they have their own website as well. They're good dudes. They cover a lot more nerdy stuff than me. They go in-depth detail about like cons, video games, yada yada yada. Am I forgetting someone? Tyler the Trademark. He's looking to start his own podcast pretty soon. Be on the lookout for that. My friend Sean. He's I think he just started his own podcast not too long ago. I need to ask him about that. If you're a fan of comic books and nerdy memorabilia, action figures, anything in general, quiet! Go to Heroes and Fantasies. If you live in the San Antonio area, go to Heroes and Fantasies. You'll love this place. Hopefully they hear this so they can be a sponsor How you doing? And that is about it, guys. That is it for the show. I will be back next week. If something comes up during the week, I might do another show this week. I don't know. I'm thinking about doing more live shows because I had fun on Saturday doing my Captain Marvel review. And Norab, big shout out to Norab. He was in the chat room. He was, Norab's a good dude. Follow him. And laters.